Welcome to everyone. My name is Gianfranco Livotti. I'm program leader of the Master in Fashion Design and Fashion Styling and Visual Merchandising. In this session today we are going to introduce the course of Integrated Communication Strategies. A course that you will be learning in our Masters, and that includes all the students from the Masters in Fashion Styling, Visual Merchandising, Fashion Management and Luxury Brand Management. We have selected these courses because it represents a revolution in the field of the communication of luxuries and fashion products. And it integrates the skills of different professionals that has also generated new professions in this communication field. The main purpose of this course of Integrated Communication Strategies is focusing on the revolution that this field has experienced in the last period due to the advent of internet. And of course, due to the extensive use of mobile devices and personal computer. It also highlights the shift from a multi-channel approach to an omni-channel approach. In fact, many companies are abandoning a multi-channel approach in order to achieve a more centralized and organized omni-channel strategy. Which gives a competitive advantage by integrating and optimizing these different channels in order to give a better and unique shopping experience. During the course you will be learning what is the company's decision process to best develop the consumer's omnichannel experience, and also to improve consumers' behavioral responses as participation, satisfaction and engagement. But in order to understand this new approach, we have to go a little back in time, and so to understand what was missing in a multi-channel approach. Because of course we can talk about the Fashion Point 2 with the advent of internet and the proliferation of different channels. These different channels were treated by the different managers in different ways. They were proposing a different approach with a different offer. This led the consumers to be confused about the proposal itself. So there was a different proposal in terms of pricing, in terms of product, in terms of services. What is Omnichannel doing is just putting together all the different mind, organizing the strategies and offering a unique and centralized offer that will not lead the final consumers in a sort of confusion. No matter which one is the channel the customers meets during his or her shopping journey, the communication must be the same, and the shift from the online and the offline must be seamless in order to create a homogeneous shopping experience. By devising omnichannel strategies, you will be learning all these different touch points, and we can start with the physical store. The physical store is still considered the main point of purchase. It accounts for at least the 50% of the total sales of a brand. And the physical stores has got more than one touch point. So one first touch point can be the window display. The window display is thought as a business card of a fashion company, because in the window display you can visualize all the elements that are consistent with the brand identity. Visual elements are proposed in the window displays with the promotion of the new product. If the passerby is attracted by an eye-catching window display, he can stop and he can get some information from the view of the window display. If the window display is interesting, he may be pushed to go inside the store and have some more information with an experience inside the store. At this point, I would like to show you this window display of Liberty London, where, as you can see, there is no product. It's just written on the window pane scarf, and there are all the ingredients, the components that made this scarf. So that there is some wools, there are some 24-karat gold detailings that create the garment, but on the window pane it's written that if you are interested, you will go inside the store to look at the real products. As you can see, there is also a QR code in the window pane that by the use of the mobile device can give an augmented reality on the product. Inside the stores you will have another touch point, that is the experience. It's an immersive experience. It's what the Archistar Rem Koolhaas together with Miuccia Prada thought in 2001 when they created the epicenter Prada New York, and where they coined these new terms of human retailing experience that is involving all the 5 senses. With this kind of experience, once the experience is memorable, the customers by word of mouth will communicate, will spread his experience to his followers, to his friends, and so it will communicate the brand in a better way than looking at an advertising campaign, for example. But inside the store we can have also another kind of physical and digital experience, something that we call phygital experience. And in this case we have a case of the flagship store in Berlin of Nike, where there was a very strong phygital experience. The main core was a table where clients could interact directly with the real product, in this case the shoes, that was put on top of the table, and it gave to the client much more information about the product itself, about the availability in the stores of the product, and if the product was not available, by using the same table and the smartphone, he could place the order on the e-commerce of the brand. So we have started seeing these physical and sometimes digital touch points, but of course most of the new touch points rely on the internet, and of course the institutional website with of course the correspondent e-commerce, where clients can make their desk research and compare with other websites in order to understand better about the offer of the brand. But of course, what is really innovative is the development of the social media networks. These are tools that are targeting a new generation, of course, the generation of millennials and Generation Z, where there is a better interaction with the brand, where consumers can interact, they can listen to others' clients' comments, and can give their own feedback. This is essential for a brand because they can remodule their offer according to the feedbacks they have received. Another important touch points will be the apps. The apps, of course, even in this case, is focused on a new target of young generations, and all luxury brands and fashion brands are creating their own applications where they can publicize their products and contact in a direct way the final consumer. Another aspect that you will be learning during the course is the different ways of purchasing decisions, so that we can have a first one where the client is doing a research on the web and then goes in the stores where he has the opportunity to test, to try and to touch the real product, and then ends up by finishing this shopping experience online. We have another aspect of purchasing decision that can start online but concluding the purchase in the physical store. And a third one where all the experience and the research starts in the physical stores but then ends up in the online store. These channels must be coherent and interrelated. Clients should perceive them as complete strategies and not a contradictory one. They have to feature the same price, the same service, the same identity in terms of brand, according to these centralized strategies of integrated communication. Of course, we have also the traditional touch points, which are the fashion editorials, the advertising campaign, the short video. These can be also more than static images, can be clickable images where it's possible to address the client to the e-commerce and where, of course, it will be possible to make the purchase. So, as a first conclusion of this part, I would like to highlight that digital media and offline channels have to work in a coordinated way, and so all the retailers that do not take account of these important strategies, they will have a reduction on the return on investment in their companies.
My name is Gaia Calabro. I'm the program advisor for the Masters in Fashion Management and Luxury Brand Management. Students from both masters will be involved in the course in Integrated Communication Strategy. You will explore strategical frameworks and operational tools needed to create integrated communication plans, both online and offline. Integration is a key success point in any strategy aimed to create the perfect shopping experience and to engage the final customer. As a matter of fact, an omnichannel strategy is not only based on the interconnection among the different touch points and channels where the brands interact with the final customer, but the customer itself has a central position in the design of the strategy. We talk about customer-centric vision, because the strategy is designed around the customer's needs and expectations. Brands know that without the approval and the satisfaction of the need of the final customer, there is no success. So they are not only trying to sell products, but they are involving the customer in all the process. In that sense, you will learn that one of the pillars of the omnichannel strategy is the ability to gather data coming from digital and physical touchpoints, and the ability to translate this information in a unique view that we can define big data. The processing and analysis of the big data are paramount to react quickly to the occurrence of certain events and to create a relationship that is authentic and that is customized with the end customers. We have in fashion two interesting examples of how to use big data. The first one is the app called Coded Couture. It is an app that follows the customer during 1 week to understand and to learn the habits, the behavior, the lifestyle of the customer to create a tailored data dress that at the end the customer can decide if purchase or not through the app. The second example is 8 by Yux, a private label created by the e-commerce provider using big data. These trends and customer behaviors online are analyzed by the artificial intelligence that helped designers to create the perfect styles and items to sell online. This scenario that we are defining through the omnichannel strategies and the integrated communication tools is giving to the customer an active role. He is involved in the process of the value creation. Companies are not anymore the only one to contribute values to the final product and experience. Therefore, the co-creation process can exist only when there is an authentic, a real connection between the customer and the brands, and when the customer feels motivated to make valuable contribution to the brand. You will learn that this interaction can happen at any point of the value chain, compared to the past when the interaction was limited to the final moment of the demand meeting the offer in store. Customer become prosumer, an individual that produces and consumes. The user become web actor, who is involved in the process of customization of the products. Customers become involved in the diffusion and specification of the products. They comment their experience, they talk about the products that they have both in their environment, and like that they put somehow an approval seal to these products and to these brands. They do so through the word of mouth, that starting from 2014 has been officially recognized as a communication tool. In this era where competition is fierce and the industry is extremely segmented, loyalty is very difficult to achieve. It is recognized by the expert of the market that the level of loyalty can be increased thanks to the involvement of the customer. When the customer feels that the brand is adding value to the experience and to the product that is selling. However, even if it is widely recognized that customization and co-creation are crucial in the definition of a relationship between the brand and the customer that is a loyal one, customization is not yet widely developed due to the higher costs that it involves. This is a general overview of what you will learn in the Integrated Communication Strategy course. At the end of the course, you will be able to develop critical thinking on the evolution of the fashion and luxury communication strategies, both online and offline. You will also be able to formulate a creative approach in defining well-rounded communication strategies that involve both digital and physical touchpoints, and to present them in a consistent marketing campaign.